Okay, Assalamualaikum. So now I am going to show my working solution for your homework, self-practice 1.1C, 1.2B and so on. But before that, let's do some wrap up on this topic. Okay, so first, the topic is variation. Basically, I just follow from your textbook, page 30. Okay, first is the direct variation. Direct variation, we usually found y varies directly as x power of n. Okay, let's say n is equals to 1, so y varies directly as x. Okay, so the symbol, it is denoted by this symbol, proportion. Okay, so when you want to find the equation of y in terms of x, okay, so first we change the symbols proportional into equals to k. Okay, equals to kx. Then you try to find k by substituting the values of y and x. Okay, so once you got the k, you can substitute back into the equation here. So let's say your k is equals to 3, so your equation is y equals to 3x. Okay, so the graph of y against x must be a straight line that passes through the origin. Okay, like that. Okay, it must pass through the origin. It can be going up or going down. Okay, so next is the inverse variation. So when we say inverse variation, the simplest one is like this: y is inversely proportional to x. So the symbol is y inversely proportional to x. Okay, not n, x. Okay, so here the graph of y against x is a reciprocal. Okay, it's a hyperbola, y versus x. Okay, just now here I forgot y x 0. Okay, so inverse variation is like this. So we can also get the straight line graph passing through the origin when we draw a graph of y versus 1 over x. Okay, why is it become like this? It's because of the relation here. Y is inversely proportional to x, and then we substitute the relation symbol to k equals to k over x. So our k is x times y. Okay, our k is x times y. So from the relation here, so we can get our straight line graph y versus 1 over x. Can you see that? Just now we had y versus x for the direct variation. Okay, here y versus x, because of y is directly proportional to x. Okay, so when we have y is inversely proportional to x, so we got a graph straight line passing through the origin by drawing graph y against 1 over x. Okay, If not, we will get a hyperbola graph. If you just want to draw y against x. Okay, so for joint variation, okay, it's a direct variation, where a variable varies as a product of two or more variables. Okay, so before this we had a direct variation like this, okay, now we have more product of two or more variables. So for example, we have y directly proportional to x and z. Okay, y directly proportional to the square root of x and z cube. Okay, so example of direct variation are these two. Okay, so next let's move on to combined variation. Combined variation is when you combine direct variation and inverse variation. Okay, so that direct variation could be joint variation as well. So for example, you have this y versus y varies directly as x, and y varies directly as varies inversely as z, and y is also varies directly as r, let's say. So the combined variation becomes like this. Okay, so y is varies jointly as x and r, and inversely as z. Okay, so that's a simple wrap up for this topic. So let's look at our homework. So sub-practice 1.1c. 1.1c, write the relation by using the symbol proportional for each of the following. Okay, so A, B, C, D. Page 14. Okay, so for 1A, S varies directly as T and U varies directly as T and U. Okay, V varies directly as W squared and X. V varies directly as W squared and X. C, A varies directly as the cube of B and the square root of C. A, the cube of B, B cube, and the square root of C, and T, the area A of a cylinder varies directly as the radius of its base and its height. Base and height, RH. Okay, so number 2, calculate the K. Okay, P varies directly as Q cube and R power 1/3. So first we change the symbol to equals to K. Okay, like this, and then we substitute the values. Okay, So k equals to over 0.2 q times 6, k equals to 1 over 2. Okay, so k equals to 1 over 2. P varies directly as QR and the square of S, QR square of S. So P equals to K QRS squared. So the K is P over QRS squared. And you substitute the value, P1 over 3, Q1 over 5, R 3 over 2, S1 over 3 equals to K. So K equals to one over 10, 10 over 1. Is it 1 over K or squared here? Sorry. So this one become 1. Mm-hmm. 30 for 1. So K equals to 10. Okay. So next, battery A, Y varies directly as square root of X and Z. Okay, Y equals to K square root of X and Z. 6 K X 0.64 Z 5. So K equals to 6 over 4, K equals to 3 over 2. And the question asks us to express Y in terms of X and Z. So Y equals to 3 square root of X Z over 2. Okay. 3b, Y varies directly as X and the square of Z. Mm-hmm. 6k 6, 4, 5 squared. So k equals to 6 over 16 equals to 3 over 8. Hence y equals to 3xz squared over 8. Okay. Next, number 5. Number 5. The value of g when h equals to okay, directly as h and the square root of m. So j k h square root of m. Okay, k 7 the square root of 16, j 42, 28, 42 over 28 equals to k. So k equals to 3 over 2. Hence g equals to 3h m over 2. Okay, G when H equals to 4. So G equals to 3, 4, 81 over 2, 6, 9, 54. And B 18, 3, 20, 7 over 2, 30, 18 over 30, equals to 3 over 5, M equals to 9 over 25. Okay. And lastly, question 6. P varies directly as the cube of Q and R. So P equals to K QR. So we use the first column. 86.4 equals to K, 1.2 cube. R equals to 10. So K divided by 10, 8.64, 1.2 cube. So K equals to 5. Hence P equals to 5 cube R. So now we're going to find X and Y. So first X equals to 5 to cube 0.4. So the answer is 16. Okay, as for Y, 1.215 equals to 5 y cube times 9, 45 y cube. So y equals to the cube root of 0.027 equals to 0.3. Okay, so that's all for self practice 1.1c. Okay.